Hello, so welcome to our next lesson. No? So today we will be discussing measures of central tendency. So we are now entering the descriptive statistics. No, so but before that, let's first have a review. So when we say data, no, so data, this is the collected quantities or qualities from the data subject. These are the directly unprocessed information or direct unprocessed quantities or qualities that we get from the data subject on interviews, etc., etc. No, so when we process those data become information. Okay, so from the information, we will be able to see trends or insights, and those trends and insights are what we call knowledge. So from the knowledge, from the insights, no, we will be able to come up with a scientific based decision, no, or a statistics based decision, which is what we call a wisdom. So from data going to information, so ulit natin dito. So from data, this becomes information. Teka, let me change the ink color. It's too dark. So again, that is from data. That data becomes information. Okay, then it becomes a knowledge. Then from knowledge, it will become last step niya is wisdom. And this is what we call the data life cycle. Tama po ba? Okay, so another thing that we need to remember is the population and sample. When we say population again, this is the entire set, okay, of data subjects. Whereas sample is just the portion, a small portion of the population to represent the whole for a statistical study. Okay, so we need to remember the population and sample because in certain measures the formula for a sample and population data is different. No, so kaya dapat alam natin. Okay, so in descriptive statistics, we'll be mainly be dealing with two types of data. First, we have the ungrouped data and we have the grouped data. So when we say ungrouped data, these are the unorganized set of data, whereas for group data, that is the organized set of data. So what's the main difference? No, yes, it's unorganized and organized, but how did it become one or another? So when we directly source the quantities or qualities from the data subject, okay, we gather them, we do the interview, etc. Then gather them, collated them into one, let's say one-to-one table, no? So that is what we call an ungrouped data. Kasi wala tayong sorting na ginawa. Okay, but when we sort those, no, when we reduce the reoccurrences, no, lagyan natin dito. Just double check the spelling, no? So when we say when we check on the reoccurrences, because we need to take into account the number of times that specific data appeared on the data set. Okay, that is what we call the group data. Because the number of times that a data appeared on the data set is what we call the frequency. Okay, naintindihan po? Kaya dapat I mean aware tayo with the difference between the ungroup and the group data. So, let's now jump into the measures of central tendency. So when we say central tendency, measures of central tendency, so this is the middle or the central values of a data set. No, so this determines the closeness and the relation of each data point to one another. So we have three main measures. No, so we have the mean, the median, and the mode. I'm pretty sure you are quite familiar with this. No, so we will discuss more of this in a while. Let's first discuss distribution. When you say distribution, no, a data set is a distribution of n numbers of scores or values. Distribution pertains to the placement of a data across the summary. No, yung yung distribution kasi when we distribute the data, no, so later makakita tayo ng example sa distribution. We are summarizing the data set, no, based on its number of on its occurrences. So we have two types of distribution, the normal distribution and the skewed distribution. So normal distribution, the data is symmetrically distributed, no? So with no skew. Then for skew, of course, hindi na siya symmetrical, no? Both of them are ano, both of these are asi... Sorry, mali ata spelling ko. Excuse me. Both of them are asymmetrical, no? So, hindi na pantay, in short. Okay, so, normal distribution, no? So, graphically, ito yung kanya itsura. So, this is the central region, no? So, the mean, the median, and the mode belongs to the same median class for group data, okay, or has the same value. The same value. Okay, so the same median class for group data, same value for ungroup data. Okay, so sabi dito, most values cluster around a central regions with values tapering off as they go further away from the center. So same rate yung kanilang pagbaba. 'Di ba? Equally distributed yung ating data. So this is what we call a normal distribution. Okay, skewed distribution, no? So more values fall on the one side of the center than the other. Okay, and the mean, the median, and the mode all differ from each other. No, hindi na pare-parehas or hindi na equal si mean kay median at kay mode. No, hindi na sila pare-parehas kapag skewed. Okay, so the direction of the tail. Okay, the direction of the tail tells you the side of the skew. So, common misconception kasi, di ba, when you say skewness, no, yung ang tinutukoy daw doon is yung head. No, pero actually, what it pertains to is the tail. Okay, dito tingnan natin. So, excuse me. So, for positively skewed distribution, the central tendency is on the lower end of the possible scores. Diba? If this is the central tendency, or rather central region, sorry, central region, yung ating central tendency is nasa left nung central region. Okay, and kung mapapansin ninyo, palitan ko ulit yung color, dark, ayan. Dito, ito, yan. Itong part na to, yan yung tinatawag natin na skewness. No? So, yan, yung skewed region. So, in terms of the values, no, in terms of the values, the mode is less than the mean and the mode is less than the median and the median is less than the mean. So meaning pinaka mababa si mode, pinaka mataas si mean in terms of data. Okay, in terms of value rather. Okay? Whereas for negatively skewed, if this is the central region, hindi pala kita. If this is the central region, say, no, kunwari, ayan, kung mapapansin niyo yung central tendency natin is nasa left side, nasa right side ng central region. And this is the skew, nasa left side. Ayan. Okay? So, in terms of values, the mean, kung kanina si mode ang pinakamaliit, dito naman si mean ang pinakamaliit. The mean is less than the median, and the median is less than the mode. Okay, so later, malalaman natin importance ng distribution when we are selecting which measure of central tendency is most appropriate for our lesson. Okay, or for our data set na meron tayo. Okay, so let's now proceed with the measures of central tendencies for ungroup data. Okay, the mean. So we are talking now about the mean. Uh, Also known as the arithmetic mean. Okay, so when we say the mean, simply this is what? This is the average. Okay, so when we talk about the mean, average lang pinag-uusapan natin doon. So this is the summation of data points over the number of data points. No? So formula-wise, no? So this is the formula for the sample. X bar is equal to the summation of x over n, whereas for the population, that is mu, is equal to the summation of x all over n. Yes, they are the same formula lang. No? You just have to take note na kapag lowercase letters, this pertains to sample. Whereas pag uppercase naman, this pertains to population. Yan. Ayan. So, yan o, yun yung difference nila. So, again, formula-wise, they're the same, no? Like, literally pares lang. You just need to take into consideration yung notations na ginamit for sample and population. Okay, so, however, okay, if you're, again, sabi nga natin, mean, di ba? We're getting the value of all the data points, then divide by the number of data points. It is safe to say that the mean is what? Value dependent. And when a measure is value dependent, okay, it is greatly affected by extreme outliers. When we say extreme outliers, these are the values that are too far from the trend of other values. Now, for example, um, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, tapos bigla kang nagkaroon ng 7. No? So, maaapektuhan nun yung value ng mean. No? It's either hihilahin niya pataas pag sobrang taas or hihilahin niya pababa pag sobrang baba. Okay, so later, ano natin yung effect ng outliers, no, sa mean. Okay, sige. Let's now go to the median. When we say the median, sorry. When we say the median, this is the middle or central score, no? So middle or central score yung pinag-uusapan natin. Okay, arranged in order of magnitude. So meaning this is increasing. Ayan. Unlike the mean, the median is less likely affected by outliers and the skewed data. Because, bakit? No? Bakit? Because the mean instead, rather, the median is not value dependent but rather position dependent. Yan. Position dependent po si median. Okay, so we have two formulas for the median, no? So, by the way, for sample of population, same lang yung same lang yung formula na ginagamit. So, kapag ka daw yung number of dataset is odd number, no? Let's say ang n mo ay 11, no? So you are going to use this formula. And ang makukuha natin dito is the position, not the value pa. So for example, if my n is equal to 11 nga, no? So let's say 11. So x tilde is equal to 11 plus 1 over 2, that is 12 plus 12 over 2, so that is 6. Meaning, yung ating pang 6 na value, okay, bibilang ka ngayon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yun yung median mo. Hindi 6 ang median mo, but rather the 6th value. Okay? From the first one. Okay? So, yun yung tinutukoy dito. Now, sa even number naman, sa even number, ang makukuha na natin dito, value na. Bakit? Kasi, to get the median of an even number data set, you're going to take the n over 2 value, no, which is, for example, let's say, n is equal to 10, no? N is equal to 10. So, that is 10 over 2, which is 5. So, kukunin mo yung pang 5. Okay, kukunin mo yung pang 5. Plus yung pang 6, yung katabi niya. Yun yung n over 2 plus 1. Okay, yung pang 6. Tapos, pag-aadin mo ngayon yung pang 5 at saka yung pang 6 divided by 2. That is your median. So, sir, it is possible na wala po dun sa given dataset ko yung median na makukuha ko. Yes. Okay, especially pag even numbered. Pag odd numbered, nandun yun. Kasi odd numbered, meron yung literal na gitna eh. Pero pag even number, most likely baka wala. Okay, most likely most likely. Depende pa rin sa structure ng data. Okay, so that is for the median. And for the mode, okay, sige wait lang. So this is the most excuse me. This is the most frequently occurring value in the dataset. Yung pinakamaraming beses na umulit na data. Okay, so it is possible to have no mode pag walang umuulit, one mode pag isa lang yung umulit, two modes pag dalawa yung umulit at the same frequency at the same frequency. And more than two modes pag maraming value umulit on the same frequency. Okay, so this is represented by x tilde. Rather x hat, sorry, x hat. Okay? So, sige. Now, let's take this example. No? Calculate the mean, the median, and the mode. No, so a professor asks a sample, no. So meron na tayong clue dito kung anong klaseng data meron tayo. Sample of 7 students, how many hours they spent during studying for the final exam. With 5, 7, 8, 9, 9, 11, and 13. So good thing naka-arrange na in order yung ating value, yung ating data. So let's get the mean. So again, the mean, that is 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 all over 7. Okay, so that's the formula. However, may mas mabilis na way. No, so let's bring out our calculators. Wait lang. Ayan. So the fast way to get over this is to use calculator. No? So let's enter stat mode. So that is mode 3. Okay, mode 3, yung may stat. Ito, yung may stat. So 3, then 1 var. No, one variable lang naman yung data natin. Then input all the data. So we have 5, 7, 8, 9, 9, 11, and 13. Ayan. So once you have inputted all the data, click AC. Okay, click AC. Then stat, shift 1, then var. No, then var. Okay, dun sa var, lalabas tong mga to. So, yung 1, that is the number of data points na meron ko sa isang dataset. Then, yung 2, that is the mean. Okay, yung 3 and 4, next meeting natin malalaman. So, we have the mean here. So, that's number 2. Yan. So, equals. So, yan. Makikita mo na agad. So, this is equal to what? 8.857. I will just be rounding it off to one decimal place. Ayusin ko lang. Yan. So that is the mean. Now, let's go to the median. So the median, so since this is an odd number data set, so we're just going to use the formula n plus 1 over 2, which is 7 plus 1 over 2, so that is 4. Tama po ba? Diba? So that is 4. Bilang tayo ng apat from 5, no? Baba ko lang muna yung calcu. Ayan. So we have 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore, no? So we have our median is 9. Okay? So now let's go to the mode. No? So for the mode, again, that's the highest number of occurrences. So ano meron tayo? Of course, yung 9, no? 1, 2. Diba? So yung may pinakamarami. So that is 9. Okay, taking a look in the measures of central tendency that we have. So the mean is approximately equal to the median, and the median is equal to the mode, no? So we can infer that this is normally distributed. Yeah, normally distributed. Okay, so that's because the mean, the median, the mode are approximately equal to each other. Ayan. Okay, another one. So a teacher wants to examine the students' test scores. So the scores are 74, 88, 78, 90, 94, 90, 84, 90, 98, and 80. Okay, so let's get the mean. Diretso na natin sa calcu, no? So, by the way, no, this is a population, so instead of x bar, we will be using mu. So, our mu is, again, let's bring out the calculator. Yan. So, to alter the data, di ba kasi meron tayo pre-existing data. So, to alter the data, just press shift 1, then 2. Okay, then delete everything. Okay, then input the new data. So, we have 74, 88, 78, 90, 94, 9, sorry. Oops. Ayan. So, that's, asan ako? 94, 90, 84, 90, 98, and 80. Ayan. Okay, so click AC again. So that is shift 1. Okay, then 4 for the var, then 2. No? So you'll get 86.6. Yeah. So this is our mean. Now, what's our what's our median? So for the median, no, so we can arrange the data set. Okay, baba ko na yung calculus, hindi naman na natin kailangan to. We can arrange our data set. So we have, ano what's the lowest? 74. Then we have 80, 84. Sorry, may 78 pa pala ako. Ano lang. 74, 78, 80, 84, 88, tatlong 90. Then we have 94. Tama po ba? So, 80, 78, 90, 94, 90, 84, 88, 98. May 98 pa. Ayan. So, we have how many data? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, this is an even number data set. So, we're going to get, since n is equal to 10, okay, so we have n over 2, so that is 5, diba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, that is 88 plus yung katabi niya, 90 divided by 2, which is 89. Okay, that is our median. Okay, ganun siya gamitin. Naintindihan po? Okay, so then the mode, no, obviously, ilan ang ating, yung the rest kasi tigi-isa except for 90. So we have, the mode is 90. Okay, so judging from the data that we have, the mean is less than the median and the median is less than the mode. So therefore, definitely this is not normally distributed. So is this positively skewed or negatively skewed? So if the mean is the pinakamababa, yung pinakamababa is the mean, okay, so that is negatively skewed. Pag mode ang pinakamababa, that is positively skewed. Okay, so since mean ang pinakamababa natin, this is negatively skewed. Yan, pakaayos lang yung spelling, no? Ayan. So, that is for the ungrouped data, no? So, let's talk about group data. So, for the group data, we have this so-called the frequency distribution table. Okay, so for the frequency distribution table, ito yung ginagamit natin to compute for the mean, the median, the mode, and the other measures of statistics, no, when we are dealing with group data. So, this is how we construct, okay, the FDT. Okay, however, we will just be showing the construction of the FDT on a separate video, no, para mas focus tayo doon. So I'm just giving you an overview. Okay? So these are the values, okay? Another important values that we need to consider in addition to this is what? The class interval and the median class. So class interval, this is the class size, yung tinatawag natin na class size. Yan yon, yung class interval. Then the median class, okay? So dyan pumapasok yung pan-check natin if this is normally distributed, um, positively skewed or negatively skewed. Okay? So this is the formula. Ayan, so for the sample and the population, technically the same, no? So a different representation lang. Then we have the median. So this is the lower range of the median class. MC stands for median class. Ayan. So the lower range of the median class plus the frequency summation of the frequency minus 2. Then this is the one class lower than the median class. Cumulative frequency of the one class lower than the median class. Okay, so yun yung CFMC minus 1. Again, that is the one class lower than the median class. Then divided by the frequency of the median class. Okay, this is the frequency of the median class and the class multiplied to the class interval, which is I. Okay? Then the mode, no? So this is the formula for the mode. Okay, so we just need to consider this, no, yung D1 and D2 for easier computations, no, for easier computations. Other formulas kasi they are going directly to the frequency of the median class, the one class lower and the one class upper. No, diretso na sila doon. Pero para hindi masyado nakakalito, medyo pinagsama-sama ko muna sila. Okay, so again, we will be constructing the FDT on the next video. So, when can we use the median? When do we use the mean, the median, or the mode? Now, so the mode can be used for any level of measurement, but it is most meaningful for nominal and ordinal levels. Okay, the median can only be used on data that can be ordered from ordinal, interval, and or ratio level measurements. Whereas the mean can only be used on interval and ratio levels kasi sila lang yung may numeric value. Remember guys, that mean is value dependent, not position dependent. Okay, kaya dun lang pwede gamitin si mean for interval and ratio levels. Okay? So to summarize, so type of variable, pag nominal yung level of measurement, mode. Pag ordinal, median. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina importance ng distribution. Because if the interval or the ratio data or ratio scale is not skewed, meaning normally distributed, pwede mong gamitin si mean. Okay, pwede mo gamitin si mean. However, if the interval or the ratio level is skewed, meaning yung data is skewed, median yung gagamitin mo. Kasi magiging unreliant si mean due to the outliers. Okay? So, that is for the lecture for today. I hope you learned something. So, on the next video, I will be constructing the frequency distribution table for the group data. Okay, as well as some Excel techniques in computing for the measures of central tendency. Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe and God bless.